Okay, we're going to talk about ghost training so we can stay consistent at home. First, we're going to start with his prong collar. So we're going to use this collar to communicate with Ghost when he's correct and when he's incorrect. We're going to use this with a leash. That way we can show him when he's doing the right behavior. There's no pressure on the collar. When he makes a mistake or chooses not to listen to the commands, we're going to give a tug and release of the leash. It is a quick pop and release, not a pull or not constant tension on the collar. So to put the collar on, we have to first take it apart. So this collar will not slide over Ghost's head. We do have to actually take the prongs apart. You can pick any of the prongs to take apart. I recommend somewhere in the middle because sometimes it's a little difficult at the very ends there. So we pick a prong, and then I like to hold it kind of steady like this. Then I take my left thumb and I am going to push down on the prong and just keep pushing down that way. To put the collar back on, we're going to squeeze this prong and put it back together. It's pretty easy, but sometimes if you try and undo it like this, where the prong collar's facing up, it won't work. You almost need to have them parallel and then push it down like that. So then we squeeze, put it back together for Ghost. You can't put it up tight, like you can't put it through like that. It'll come apart and it's not going to stay the way it should. The leash will attach to the D-ring. So the D-ring has a flat edge to it and it rotates. So that is the one we attach the leash to. Don't attach the leash to the circle because it will not open like it should. The prong collar, we're going to tug and release. Tug and release. See how it falls very easily? So whenever Ghost makes a mistake or doesn't listen to the command, it is no, pop the leash, and then tell him what the command is. We'll go over that in just a second. But yeah, do not attach it to the circle because it doesn't relax like it should. So no, pop, repeat the command. So let's go over all of his commands. Let's start with heel. He will heel on the right hand side. So what that means is when we reward him, you want to reward with the right hand. The reason for that is if we reward with the right hand, he stays on the right hand side. He understands, okay, this is where you want me to be. If we try and reward, if my hand is Ghost over here on the right hand side, if we try and reward with our left, he's going to meet us and then he's going to end up running into us. So we reward with the right hand to keep him on the right hand side. When you reward, you could use treats, praise, petting, especially around distractions. If he's doing a really good job and healing with you past the distraction, good heel and reward that. Because he's so young, we want to continue to build his reward history. What a reward history is getting a positive feedback for doing a certain behavior at a certain time. So he walks past a dog, he doesn't freak out, he doesn't try and pull towards them. Good heel, reward, we say, hey, you saw that dog, you made a good choice, reward that. The more we reward a behavior, the more we're going to see that behavior over and over again. And since he's so young, we can really build that reward history on all the behaviors we want to keep seeing from Ghost. Now, of course, he's going to make a mistake every now and then. He's going to get overly distracted. So to combat that, we use the collar. So you'll hold the leash in your hand. You can hold it either all in your right hand or have the hoop around your left wrist and hold it in your right hand. When he makes the mistake of trying to pull ahead or not be in the heel position, no, pop the leash very quickly. It's a quick tug and release, and then remind him heel. Now you don't reward right after a correction. You have to wait a few steps, and then once he's back in the routine, good heel, praise, petting, treats. So it's no, tug and release, heel. So the leash should always have some slack in it. There should never be this constant tension because then he's always getting corrected and we're not really telling him what's right and what's wrong. We're telling him you're just wrong and we're just allowing it. So loose leash, no, tug, heel. No, tug, heel. So when you're out walking Ghost, it should be 90-10. 90% of the walk should be in the heel, 10% of the walk should have him free and sniffing. Free is the release command, meaning you're done with your command, good job, go sniff, do whatever. You're free from this obedience command. So 90% he's healing, he's with you, 10% free, sniffing, going to the bathroom, being a dog, whatever. So then we have sit. Sit means stay until he is told free. So when you tell him sit and you open a door, he has to wait until you tell him either free or heel before he can go through the door with you. Same thing when you're feeding him dinner. You can put him in a sit, put his dinner down, then tell him free, he can go eat it. Basically, it's just a short-term stay. So like when you're greeting people out on walks, have him sit first. That way he's not jumping and getting all excited. And then if you stop at a crosswalk, have him sit. That way he doesn't walk out in front and, you know, get in a dangerous position. So whenever you stop walking, stop, have him sit. If he does, great. You can just praise or give him a treat depending on the situation. If not, if he doesn't listen to the sit command, it's no. Pop up, sit, no, sit, no, sit. And stay is implied. So if you tell him sit and you open the door and he tries to go out the door before you tell him free or heel, no, sit. You have to wait until I tell you it's okay to cross the threshold of the doorway. Then we have down. So down actually means lay down and stay. It doesn't mean not jump. That's just no and a correction. It means down as in lay down and stay. So we tell him with a verbal tone, down. If he does, great. If not, no. Pop towards the ground, down. No, down. No, down. Down means stay until you're told free, but we want to give him reminders. So whenever you see in the video, I put him into a down, and when distractions are happening, I will remind him down so he remembers, oh yeah, stay in this position. You don't have to say the word stay. That's just another word for him to try and memorize. What we like to do is stay is implied until you're told free. So you only have to remember 2 words, not 3 words. So down, good job. We always go back to him before we release him from the down or the place stay. This really strengthens the stay so that he doesn't think, oh, you're going to call me over to you anyway, let me just get up before you do that. He will anticipate that and he'll do that more often. So to keep the stay really strong, good down, go to him, praise, pet, treats. Whenever we give a treat in the down position, reward low. That way he doesn't try and go up to get the treat. So he knows to stay in the down position to get his reward. And then free, he can get up from the down stay, and then you can go into heel or whatever command you want to do next, or he can just be free. Then we have place. Place is the boundary stay on the bed to use when guests come over, to use around the baby. That way he has a spot to be. He's still included, but he is in a nice, calm spot. He knows what the command means. It means to hang out on the bed. He can stand, sit, lay down. He can do whatever he wants on the bed, but the rules are no vocalizing, no getting off the bed until you're told free, and no chewing on the actual bed. He can have toys and chews if he's going to be there for a long period of time, but he doesn't have to have those items. When you're practicing, practice with the leash and collar on. That way, if he doesn't do the command, you can correct him. So for place, if he gets off of the boundary, no, pop the leash back towards the boundary. Now with place, you might need a few pops if he's stepped off a few feet from the bed. So no, pop, 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 place once he's back onto the threshold. So my sticky notes, if they're right here and he steps off, no, pop, pop, place once he's back onto the threshold of the bed. Then when we tell him free, we always go to the bed, good place. I like to put the reward on the actual bed so he thinks the bed is the fun zone. The bed has the reward history. Then I get really close to him and I tell him free and kind of give him a little hand motion so he knows it's time to get off of the bed. Then we have come when called. So this is always practiced on a leash. In case he doesn't listen, you can use the long leash to correct him. I use a 30-foot leash outside. I recommend something like 30 to 50 feet. That way he has plenty of room to run, but you still have that safety net if he chooses not to listen to the command. Because just like anything else, there are consequences for your actions. If you listen, great, treats, positive. If not, correction. That way you learn from your mistakes, or he will learn from his mistakes. So he's free, he's sniffing. We don't practice putting him in a sit and then calling him to us because it's not really realistic. You can, but what I recommend is having him free, letting him explore, letting him sniff, get distracted, then call him to us. So we're going to say the word come. As he runs to us, we're going to say good boy, good job, because we're then praising the action of Ghost running to us. Have him sit, give the physical treat and reward. This one you want to reward a lot. Again, build that reward history so he thinks that coming to us is the best thing ever. Have him sit, give him the treat, wait a second, then tell him free. He can go explore again. So you're practicing that come when called a few times so he gets used to doing it with you guys. Always practice with a leash on, even in a fenced-in area, because if he doesn't have the collar attached to anything, there's no way to correct him if he doesn't do the command, and we want to always follow through with our commands. So we have heel, sit, stay is implied, down, stay as implied, place, stay as implied, and come when called. We have then free, no, and good boy. So free is the release command, no is obviously for the correction, and good boy, praise, petting, treats. So you want to stay consistent. The more you reward behaviors, the more you're going to see those behaviors. So don't accidentally reward behaviors you don't want to see. The more you correct the behavior, it'll decrease the rate of that behavior. So stay consistent, have fun, and now we're going to show you ghost commands.
Heel. 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 Good heel. Now. Good job. Good heel. Good boy. Sit. Good job. Heel. Good heel. No. Heel. Good boy. After this car passes, we'll stop and let them sit. Good heel. Sit. Sit. Free. 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 Tap. Good boy. Sit. Sit. Free. Tap. Good job. Sit. Boy. Free. Tap. Good boy. Sit. Sit. Down. Good.